Yay! Instagram. Well, this is going to technically go on all the social medias, but anyway, we are live on this channel for this video. I feel like I switched them. I don't really know if I have like a consistent habit. That'd be pretty bizarre if I had a consistent habit of what channel I was going to go live on. But I am consistent in sharing my message and definitely consistent in talking and creating and having a lot to say. Those are things I'm definitely consistent in. So, if you've never seen me, been introduced to me, my name is Colleen Gallagher. I'm just kidding. Oh my God, I don't know why I'm doing that. When you join, say hello. Let me know if you're on the replay. And always, if you're watching the replay for any of my lives, even if it's on YouTube, if it's on Facebook, if it's on LinkedIn, if it's anywhere, like, just say hi. Like, I really do read all the comments. I reply to them. I love engaging with you guys. It's one of my favorite things. And so, yes. So anyway, we have an important topic today. I feel like I really need to do, I've been thinking about this, like my own song for like when I enter into anything. Like it needs to be like, the Colleen Gallagher is upon us. I have no idea. But anyway, maybe that's too much, but I thought it was funny, or I think it's funny. And this is like random, but I like painted this, you guys. This is me when I had blonde hair. If you've never seen me have blonde hair, I was in, I was in Hawaii, I think, when the photo was taken. And then when I drew it, I was living in Michigan. So anyway, just a little fun fact. I do paint and I do art. But the real reason that I came on today, or why I thought it was important to come on today, is I really wanted to talk about something important, which is masculine and feminine energy. And I wanted to talk about this because I had a meeting with my PR firm today, and we were talking about like headlines, like headers of blogs or headers of magazines, and this really got me thinking a lot, because I feel a lot of us on here, a lot of you on here, you definitely are in the healing industry, or you want to become in the healing industry, where you're a self-made healer, where you help people be healed, where you, like, you're doing things that help people create a better life, and you're monetizing your life from this. And so my PR firm, we were talking about some things, and for those of you who are around or new to me as of this, so predominantly, right, my whole life, and you're probably listening to this, you've been acting in your masculine, which means you've been doing a lot of things. You're like, if I do this, if I go to this job, if I show up to the relationship, if I like do these 5 steps, then I'm going to get this result. It's going to manifest in this way. Well, what I represent is the divine feminine, which is very much like this chaotic ocean. I'm like, anyone who works with me knows it's like, I'm organized chaos. I mean, like collaborates with me or like is on my team knows that. Even my creative processes, how I create things, like it is organized chaos, 100%. But I really love that way of manifestation, because this is the way of the feminine. This is the way of where we're moving in the earth, of feeling, being present, being expressive, like actually understanding what is going on inside of your body. What is it that you're feeling? What is the momentum that is like pulsating through you to cause you to birth or move something out of you? Usually if you think of life, we just go by, and I say this in my first book, Live Your Truth. I say, like, we ask, how was your day? A very masculine response is good, and you just are on auto repeat. Like you're just saying the thing in response. A feminine response to be like, oh, today is so good. Like the flowers are blooming, or like the rain like felt like this on my skin. Like that's a very like feminine, full body, multisensory response. And the way that we are moving in the world is a full body initiation, a full body, like a way to do business, a way to connect with people, a way to build relationships with people. It's not transactional anymore. You can't just show up to something and be like, hey, I do this for a living. Are we gonna like do a sale? Like it doesn't work like that. Like even when I was interviewing my PR firms that I did before I hired them for my 3rd book, An Uncompromised Life, the PR firm I actually hired, it was a big reason was, one, I just loved the president and the CEO of the company. The second was that on their website, they were the only PR firm that had a picture of all of them together, like inclusive, where other PR firms had like only individual headshots. And I was like, well, I'm all about building community and building tribes and building like really sustainable relationships in my life. And so it wouldn't work for me to build a PR firm that's like these individual things when you're just trying to get to like this new headline. Like that's not important to me. I want real community, people who are serious about healing themselves, people who are serious about helping others heal on this planet, people who are serious about like activating consciousness, activating love, like living the most meaningful depths of their soul life. Like that is what I'm here to represent, and that is what I'm here to do, and that's why I hired this PR firm. And so if you look at that just from a masculine, feminine perspective, right? The PR firm itself, or your business or whatever you're doing, it's still masculine, right? It still has structure. It still has a flow. It still has a purpose. So the purpose of me being on here is to talk about masculine and feminine energy, self-healing, and I'm going to offer that I have a free training on Thursday that you can attend, and I'm also doing something else that I'm going to let you know when you stay to the end. But when you do that, when you have this masculine structure, right, what's inside of that structure is really, really important. Are you offering inside of your body, which is your structure, this PR firm, are you offering the sensation of who you really are, or are you just manufacturing it? And it's really, really important. So when I was in this, how this all got started, when I was in this meeting with my PR firm, and they started looking at these words, and some of the words were like how to do this, or to-do list of self-care, to-do list of whatever, which is just not me. I would never tell someone, here's a to-do list, like here's what you need to do. It just would never ever go with my values, my compass, my internal guidance system, like would just never happen. So I was like, okay, we've got to make sure when we're doing headlines that we're offering masculine structure, but it's always about the experience. It's always whatever I do is going to bring you into your own experience. It's going to guide you into how am I meant to feel about life right now? How am I meant to experience life? What is like the greatest depths of me desiring to express, to be, to do, to have, whatever it is. Like that is always what I'm going to bring people to, because we've predominantly lived in a masculine world and we're going into feminine communities, like flow, like, just the depths of your expression. Like it gets me so excited. Like healing, right? You can't just take a pill and expect yourself to heal. And I write about this in my third book, An Uncompromised Life, where, I had the loss of a child, and that was a pill, but right, I couldn't just take that pill and expect that to go away. Like I write that was not a decision I could just press a button and redo. Like that was just not how it works. Like it caused me to open my heart into new levels of pain, into new levels of bliss, into new levels of abundance, into new levels of healing. Like it literally was a way of healing that I hadn't even experienced even after cancer. Like it was like the first time that I really saw like you can get out of any type of matrix or paradigm that you've been put inside. And so what I wanted to be mindful, or what I wanted to share here, is that every sentence you say, every word you do, every time you show up to something, you're always going to have masculine and feminine. And I want you to think of masculine as like you're showing up, you're going to do something, like you're doing it to get here, like you're getting in the car to go to the grocery store. Like that's a masculine task. And so we want to feel, if I'm in this car, what can make it more enjoyable? Is there a phone call I can do? Is there a music that I can listen to? Is there a podcast that I listen to? You can listen to my podcast, the Colleen Gallagher podcast, which is on Apple, Spotify, iTunes, like our iHeartRadio, like everything you could ever go, my podcast is on. So, like listen to it. But what can you allow yourself to experience when you're doing things that's going to make this life more pleasurable? It's going to make this life more wholesome. It's going to make this life more enjoyable. It's going to make this feel like there's less pain you're experiencing in this life and more pleasure. Like what can you constantly do to shift into, hey, I'm doing this. Like I'm showing up. I'm doing this live. I'm excited. I always love it. I mean, I could talk all day, really. Anyone who knows me. But I love talking, so I might as well show up and make the experience of me talking in front of an audience where I get to see reactions and get to see people join, and I get to like interact and perform, and like this whole experience that gets to happen, because I was going to be talking and doing this inside of my head anyway. So I might as well show up and go online and make a community and get other people like you who are excited about these things of how do we understand masculine, how do we understand feminine, how do we become more balanced, because that's really the goal in life. And that's my magazine, the Expanded Liberation magazine. We have a whole section on balance. So yeah, I really wanted to transition on here about this, because this was a really important conversation I had in my call today with my PR firm, and I feel like it's really relevant for my training that I'm running on Thursday, which is how to start your journey as a healer in the online world. And so I'd love for you guys to just message me, healer, or message me like, hey, I want to join. Like, so you can be on there, because I'm sharing a 5-step process that I've never, ever, ever, ever shared before. Like, it literally just came through me. I'm always channeling and downloading new things. And that's like masculine. See, I'm showing up to experience. I'm showing up and I'm creating this experience, a feminine experience of how to start your journey as a healer in the online world. And then I'm giving you a masculine system, a process. But what I'm channeling it through, how I'm giving you this process, is through a feminine receptivity. It's through me receiving information. It's through me being, let me tap in, let me tune in, let me feel what's present for me in my body. Wow, what feels to be alive and present for me is that I really want to talk about helping other people become healers, like believing that they can make a business out of it, believing that healers aren't just broke. Healers aren't just like some low level thing. Like, healers is the new age. Healers are going to be the new age leadership. Like, that's what I really wanted to feel and express and do. And so I did that. And now I have the training, which I'm doing on Thursday, which you're welcome to come. And I would highly recommend, even if you're not sure about it, just register, like message me to register, because I'm not sure if I'm gonna like let the replay be free. It might be a paid thing after that. So if you're like, I really want to understand that thing, get in it. The other thing I really wanted to transition, I really wanted to talk about on here, which is exciting. Hold on, I want to make sure. Okay. Is that, this whole thing of being a healer, I know a lot of you, like, you know, I'm like a spiritual entrepreneur. I'm in new age spirituality, and I also do business coaching, online business coaching, as to specify. And I do meditations and sound healing. Like, I do so many things in my business. I have such a wide, and I'm an author, I'm a writer, like I literally have such a wide offering base. And so what I wanted to share, which is really important, is healing, right? Being a healer, leading as a healer, being embodied as a healer stems from you believing in the power of love and understanding frequencies, right? Because even, I think it was, Albert Einstein said, like, the future of medicine is frequency, is sound. And so what I want to drop in here is that being a healer, it's very important to understand the masculine and feminine energy, especially when it comes to our language, our words, because that is sound. So even when I was going through these sentences with my PR firm, and I was like, I'm desiring just like balance ones. There were some that were super balanced. There were some that just were a little bit more masculine heavy, which obviously I represent a feminine frequency. So we have to have it balanced. So if you are a healer, you're wanting to step into being a healer, something you have to fundamentally understand is frequency, language, communication, and what words are masculine and feminine, and what sentences put together do to bring people into an experience or put people into a masculine doing action. And this is really, really important for men. And I feel like this is why I have such a large community of men. We're about like 50%. Is because men, you guys are really wanting to understand this sensation. You're wanting to understand how women are feeling and receiving information. And you're wanting to understand how to provide that structure for them to flourish and for you to really support that flourishing, which is such a beautiful thing. Like, this is why I love men. Like, men literally just want to provide support. Like, that's it. Like, they just were like, let me know what to do to provide support so I can support you and you can like flourish like this little flower and do all the amazing things that you're meant to do with all the beautiful informations you receive. And so anyway, what I wanted to share with that is that I've never done this before, but if you are wanting to be a healer and you kind of like feel like you've been struggling on what's the right branding for yourself, if you're like a man or a woman, like what's the right language for you, what's the right logo, how do you really start it? You just know you're meant to heal people, but you're not sure the right way, or you have like, I don't want to be an unhealed healer. Like, you're having all these like limiting beliefs come up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to offer 5 spots to have a one-on-one call with me. I never do this. It is at a much smaller fee than working with me at a private one-on-one client level. It's actually the same cost that I've personally done for the work that I started doing this work with. Like, when I was doing, I guess in a way, like counseling, like that's what the same fee. So I'm doing the literally like led by example, exactly what I did. I'm not asking you to do anything I haven't done. Like, I paid the fee that I would be asking, or the investment, for me to assist you in really becoming a healer, branding yourself, labeling yourself, understanding this masculine feminine dynamic and what your frequency is going to be as a healer. Because every healer, like a doctor, you're going to have a specific node, a specific frequency that connects you into the realm of medicine, into the realm of new age healing and psychology and seduction and beauty and pleasure, like all these things that are just like manifesting and coming more and more and more alive. So all you have to do is just message me, Colleen, I want a one-on-one call with you, and I'll get you the details for that. But it's going to be just so incredible. So definitely get in there. And then let me know like what comes up when you guys listen to this. Like if you have questions on masculine, feminine energy, like if you have like things you want to know or my feedback on something, I'm happy to offer that in the comments here. But I just want you to be mindful as you step into this journey as a healer. Like, it's okay if you want to be a predominantly masculine healer. There are definitely just masculine parts of the body. Like, I mean, our whole right side of our body is masculine, the left side of our brain, the left side of our body is feminine, the right side of our brain is feminine. So, like, it's totally fine if you want to, like, be specific in one area. I think that's a beautiful thing. And, you know, as a psychology really person, for God, I've almost been in school, you guys, for like 22 years of my 27 years of life. Like something insane between my high school, my bachelor's, my master's, and my PhD. Like literally it's gonna be wow. So, and a large part of that has been psychology. Like marketing is psychology, global technology and development, understanding the development of the world and technology, psychology, and my PhD is in psychology. Like, and it's on global leadership and change. So it's always like back to this global kind of galactic universe coming into the now, but I am very grounded in like what's happening in this world, what's going on in this world, and how we take this intangible world into the tangible to help people be well, to help people thrive, to help people fall in love. Because really a healer, what we're doing is we're just unraveling and unweaving what has been inputted into people's fields. And when we do that, we give people the opportunity to, just create. When you give someone the space, like you create the structure, the masculine structure for someone to, it's just the words are coming, unravel and unweave and unwind. Oh yes, unwind the programming that is, oh my God, I've got to write that down. Unravel, unweave, unwind. You guys are going to do a whole blog on that. Okay. Woo! See how I create content. I love this. So anyway, that was so good. That felt so good in my body. Okay. So, the masculine structure of healers, you're providing this structure where you're allowing people to unravel, unwind, and unweave programming that's been done to them. And then through the programming that's been done to them, you're allowing them to drop into a deeper sense of who they truly are, who they were always meant to be. And who you're always meant to be is the frequency of love. Like, love is the highest frequency. Like, it has a 0 point. Like, literally, like, love. Like, you can hear the O. Like, it's a 0 point at it. So, where something like anger, you can't even anger, like, you hear this. This is masculine, feminine energy, and this is like part of becoming a healer. It's very important to understand where these are lining in the body. Like, what are your words filled with? What are they coming out of your mouth with? Because that's going to tell me if you're designing your life in a way that you're doing things to get somewhere or you're actually enjoying the process. And I can tell you from being a cancer survivor, no one ever who has had cancer, ever in the history of cancer that I've ever heard of, has said, yeah, I wish I would have did these things to get to my goal faster. No, everyone's like, I wish I would have enjoyed more people. I would have built my relationship smarter. I would have like enjoyed myself more. Like, and that's why I believe in creating a lifestyle career, a lifestyle that you love, a lifestyle that you are always creating different things, or you have different avenues of monetizing what's inside of your head. You have different distribution channels, you have different income streams, you have different ways of thinking about how you can invest your money. Like, these are all important, and these are all go with masculine, feminine, these all go with healing. Now, as a healer, it's not your job to know all of these things that I'm sharing with you. It's your job to be specific on what it is you do, what it is you are good at, and then really picking like this masculine or feminine or balanced way to communicate so people know to right away be attracted to you, right away to come to you. And so that's why I want to offer these 5 calls. I never do just one-on-one calls with people, because I usually like to have it in a longer container, but I really feel called, if you're someone who's like experiencing heartbreak, or you're wanting to leave like the corporate sector and step into this space of healing in the online space and energetics, and you feel like there's no one to talk to, no one gets you, no one understands you, like you're like, my dreams are so big, Colleen, like, but I don't get this, but I want to heal the world, or I want to help the world be better, but I don't know how the money's gonna work, and I don't know if I can be a healer because maybe I'm still unhealed and I don't want to like traumatize anyone. Then you are one of the 5 calls that is meant to happen. So just message me one-on-one and I'll get you the details. And then the other thing is, if you really do like this conversation, like literally you're going to want to be at my free training on Thursday. Again, this is so funny. I have no idea why I'm offering so many free things right now. I guess it's just what the universe wants me to do. But I never run free trainings. Like very rarely do I ever run free trainings. Like because I post so much on social media, or like I give so much value on every single channel and every single medium. Even now with my writings more, my magazine, like I very rarely ever do free things. So the fact that I am doing a free training and it's a 5-step process, like you're going to want to be there. Even if it's like 3 a.m. your time, 2 a.m. your time, inconvenient. Like this is a process that will absolutely change your life. Like I have never channeled something like this in the history of all of my creations, which is a lot in 3.5 years. So make sure you get here, make sure you message me, give me your email, and I'll send you the invite. It is only by this invitation I have. So the only way to do it is when you email me and type, or you DM me or message me and give me your email so I can get you on the invite. There's gonna be like live Q&A. I'm gonna do a free meditation. It's just gonna be incredible. So you're not gonna wanna miss it. If you are wanting to become a healer, if you're wanting to understand masculine and feminine energy, you're wanting to be in a community that this is normal conversation for them. And you're wanting to understand how to like build a brand in the online world. And then also, if you are wanting to just have a one-on-one conversation with me to further your brand, message me one-on-one, and you can be one of the 5 people that booked the call. Those calls are gonna go super quick. So if you listen to this, you're like, holy shit, girl, I need to talk to you, book it immediately. Because yeah. And anytime you have a conversation with me, no one's ever had a conversation with me and not walked away and been like, I have so many ideas. I know exactly what to do. Like I've had like high-level business people that are like, not even anyone's like tens of millions of dollars, and even more than that have come into my field, and like larger budgets of like hundreds of millions of dollars. People have come into my field and wanting my ideas on how to circulate the money and create cycles and do different stuff for sustainable communities and stuff. So if this is like you're just starting, you're gonna want to get on the phone with me because everyone always takes away amazing ideas. So anyway, I love you so much. Share this. Let me know if you have any questions about masculine and feminine, about, wording or language or what I shared, but I'm excited to talk with you soon. And remember, love is really the most powerful force, and you are here to live with love. You are here to expand with love. And what else? I mean, it would just be silly not to take action and do something with me if you're here watching this. So